The artists on your playlist?
Because I'm from Georgia, I have to say, y'all got married in Ringo, Georgia?
We got married in Ringo.
You're pretty good. You're trying to get into my secrets.
Atlanta News First presents Monica Pearson, One on One.
It's a family affair tonight. I go one-on-one with two men who followed in their family business, but have managed to carve out their own identity and made a name for themselves doing what they do best. Christopher Golson is known in the world of music as Drumma Boy. He is a Grammy Award-winning hip-hop, R&B, rap, and trap producer who creates beats used by the likes of Atlantans T.I., Young Jock, and Pastor Troy. They are just a few of the artists he's worked with. My other guest is a member of the comedy family, the Wayans. Marlon Wayans made a name for himself on TV and film, especially with the Scary Movie franchise. June 5th, Scary Movie 6 opens in theaters. That's just one of the things we talked about when I went one-on-one with the writer, producer, and stand-up comedian who was taking a break from performing at a comedy club in Alpharetta to talk with me. Okay, you already told me you dragging because you did 3 shows yesterday.
3 shows on a Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. And I went and did 3 shows, and I should have took it as a Sabbath and chilled, but I didn't.
So why didn't you?
Because people need to laugh. People need to smile. People need these jokes. So that's why if I had an angel name, it's the deliverer of smiles. And God put me here to make people laugh, even on Sunday, even on his day. He's like, I'll give it to you. You can do that. And then my family, we're about to do a Scary Movie 6, comes out, it's actually branded Scary Movie, comes out June 5th. And the world needs to laugh. So we're back to doing what we do best. Working with my brothers. So let's
stop. Don't take over my interview. Okay. When it comes to Scary Movie 6, why did you decide to do it? Because y'all did 1 and 2, then you went away.
No, then it was taken from us.
It was taken from you. That's fair enough. If we went technical.
Yeah.
So why did you finally decide to come back to do 6?
Oh man, I just truly believe everything is God. It's funny, before my dad passed, he's like about 2 years ago, last year, about 2 years ago, he goes, "You and your brother should work together again." I said, "Pop, it's impossible. We're all grown. Everybody got their own points of view." I said, "It's the reason why New Edition keep breaking up, because all of them are crazy. It ain't just Bobby. Ralph crazy, Johnny crazy. It's hard to get, 5 black men to do anything together consistently and stay together." And he said, "But you guys did such good magic together." I said, "Yeah, we did." He said, "Just do it. Do it for me." I looked at my dad, I said, "All right, for you." He said, "You promise?" I said, "Yeah, I promise." And he shake on it. So I shook his hand. And then from that day, I believe in the scripture, honor thy mother and father, for thy days on this earth will be longer. Nobody was closer to God than my father. And I feel like my dad knew something. And there was a bigger purpose, that the world needed this laugh and to get these boys united to do what we do best, and Scary Movie happened. So, the devil took it away and God brought it back home.
So what is the difference between 1 and 6?
If you like Wayans humor, you're gonna like this movie. If you like Wayans humor, you like White Chicks, you like Scary Movie, you like Scary Movie 2, you like Don't Be a Menace, In Living Color, Wayans Brothers, Wife and Kids. We have been funny for over 250 years between me and my brothers. And it's just like, if you like our stuff, come see it. If not, then wait till they take it from us again and go see Scary Movie 9.
No, they're not gonna take it from you again. Now let's talk about you sitting in the movie, taking pictures. I saw you on Instagram bootlegging the movie.
Well, I was bootlegging, not the movie. I was bootlegging the trailer. So I'm doing something different. Everybody bootleg movies. I'm bootlegging my own trailer before the bootleggers get to it. It's all about proactive in your business. Businessman, B-I-D-ness, man.
So your face, it actually made you laugh.
Always.
I mean, when you look at your work, because when you're doing it, Are you really aware of,
No.
quote,
When I'm doing it, it's an out of body experience. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I do it. I don't know where I'm at. I just lose myself. And then sometimes I'll catch me on TV and was like, where was I? What was I thinking? Like sometimes I'll watch like White Chicks will be on. And I remember me and Sean was doing the bodega scene and I was doing the guy that thought like this. And I got up on the chair and I said, Jesus! And I grabbed a candle and I just looked at my brother's face and he was biting this cigar so hard just so he didn't laugh. And so for me, I don't care if it's Busta Move, Perkins, and Norbit. Everything I do, I always give 150%. And I try to make the people I'm working with laugh.
and you try to make yourself laugh when you look at it.
I want to later on be able to look at it and go, oh, he's funny. Because I don't call me when I'm performing. I call me him. So it's somebody else. And I go, does that guy make me laugh? Is he one of my favorites? And he's earning his way, surely but surely.
So you mentioned White Chicks. Drewski is White Chicks.
No, Drewski is unattractive White Chicks. White Chicks was like, oh, hell no. Yeah, I don't know, he made a weird looking white woman. I thought Sean was ugly. I was a pretty white woman. Sean's a handsome black man, but man, he was one of ugly ass white women.
But the point is that I think, I never met him, when I saw that, I thought of White Chicks. Because, you know, we always hear about blackface, but until you did that.
Yeah. Well, Eddie Murphy did a sketch on Saturday Night Live. We did Mr. White. I think there's been other people who have done it. So, I mean, but we just went a whole different avenue when we did White Chicks. And, you know, it's good to see the next generation, you know, be inspired and, you know, do what they do and make their noise. And, you know, who knows, maybe we'll team up and do our White Chicks versus his unattractive white chick.
Coming up, why Marlon chose to shoot Scary Movie 6 here in Atlanta. Plus, standing by his comedy.
And if they walk out, don't let the door hit you with
the good Lord split you.
You know what it is.
Monica Pearson One-on-One is sponsored by Montlick Injury Attorneys.
So you did your movie here at Tyler Perry Studios.
Yes.
That had to be a conscious decision. Why?
Because I like to support, first of all, I love Atlanta. I think you guys give great tax incentives. I love the people, love the food. And, you know, I love that it's a nice inkwell, a melting pot of people. And, you know, Tyler has a business and I as a producer and a person of color, I like to, you know, support his business. And hopefully when I get my studios, he'll support ours.
So you're going to have a studio?
One day, not now, but we're working on it.
Why are you deciding to go that route?
I just think it's time. Right, you know, I've done it for the industry for a long time, and I think the only way you can really, for us, it's about building industry. So we as farmers and agriculturists for a long time, now we're gonna work into being industry. And I think industry is owning your IPs and getting your own financing and putting together your team and, you know, becoming a staple in the industry and be a content provider.
So what are the places you like in Atlanta?
I mean,
why?
All the food. Everybody want to feed me. Everybody like, you want to eat something? Sure. I don't know. We about to go. Where we going to eat? At Barney's breakfast.
Barney's, yeah.
Or Toast. Toast is good. I like Nobu's always good everywhere.
So you have kind of, since you've been here, really gotten into the culture of Atlanta. So who's your music people?
Oh, I mean, I'm so busy acting and writing and producing that I don't have no time for music. If I say somebody in music, I'm gonna go with T.I. because, you know, he's the king of trap in Atlanta and he's a great dude, really nice guy.
So you have been doing improv here.
Yeah.
Or are there sketches?
On what?
When you're on stage.
No, you sound like my mom. I like your little skits. So when you do your little skit, what's those sketches? It's a stand-up set. It's more like a one-man show, but it's stand-up. It's It's me, a microphone, a stage, a light, and a bunch of drunk people. And I make them laugh for an hour and 20 minutes. And then my opener, DC Irvin, makes them laugh first. And then they enjoy the show. We take pictures and meet and greet. And then after that, sell them some merch, this Marlon shirt or this Wayans Brothers hat. You can buy them online at marlonwayans.com. And then we do another show. Like tonight, I got 2 shows, 7 and 9:30 and Alpharetta and Helium Comedy Club.
So when you're doing this comedy, how do you gauge your audience, and does your comedy change because of the audience?
No, I make the audience change because of me.
How do you do that?
Because you have to stand by what you say, you have to mean what you say, and if they walk out, don't let the door hit you with
the good Lord split you.
You know what it is. Because the first thing I say before I go do a show, DC be like, hey man, you about to go out, have a good show. And I go, F these people. He's like, why? Because with an audience, if you let them win, then you're trying to be liked. They're not there for that. They rather respect you for your point of view and your opinions on things and your experience than to try to cater to them. Because if you cater to them, then the wave, it's like surfing comedy. It's like right? So it's not about letting the wave overcome you. You got to just ride the wave. You take them where you want them to go. I don't let them take me where I want to go. And if they don't like it, they get out. You can take, bye, but I'm gonna say what I gotta say because that's comedy. And in order for me to make you laugh, I gotta go to dark places. So if I mention something and you go, whoa, oh good, I'm glad you're listening. Now let me keep digging till you laugh.
Because I watched the interview you did with Keke Palmer, and that was one of the things you really went in depth into about how your comedy comes from your pain.
Yeah, and if people got a problem listening to my pain, then, those people are in denial of their own pain. My pain is as relevant and as anybody else's, and what's great about it is when you talk about your pain, I don't sit there and talk about the world, and I don't need to talk about, I spend about 10 minutes talking about race or this and that. Everything else is me. Everything, and even with that, everything comes back to me, my pain, what I went through, and what elixir I got that I can share with you that can help your experience. And you don't have to go through those pains the same way I did.
But the goal is
edutainment with a little bit of heart, a little bit of God, and a lot of laughs.
So when I looked at your website.
Damn, you nosy?
Yeah, I'm nosy.
You got websites,
I saw this.
I did 3 shows. You stalking me?
Yes, I'm stalking you. I noticed also you going to Honolulu, you going to Wisconsin, you going to all of these places. It's like you on a treadmill from now until the end of the year.
My mama used to call me Sky King. Why you call me Sky? Because you the king of the sky. You always on an airplane. Where you at now, Sky King? And, and every week I'm somewhere different. And, my mama knows her baby. And now she's with me everywhere I go. She knows where I'm at. And I just like making people laugh. I love doing what I do. I love traveling. God gave me the right purpose.
So what do you hear in your head from your mama? And why I say that is, there are times, my mother passed several years ago, 6 years ago, and I can still hear Hattie from time to time, her advice. Mm-hmm. What do you hear from your mom?
Create your boundaries. You protect yourself. I know you're a good man and God got you covered, but watch out. You got to protect your boundaries. You got to create your space. Take some time for you. My mother was very protective of me, and so I tried to listen to that because I'm very much like my father, where I just give. And I've learned the power of no, that it's okay to create your space, create your boundaries, and just go, no, I don't feel comfortable with that.
You see this bracelet?
No. No.
Yeah.
And it's okay, because people will feed off your yes, and they will never give it back. And you have to pour into you. Saying no is saying yes to you. And if that's saying yes to you, then you should say no. Because sometimes you need you.
Advice from your dad.
Read your Bible. Pick up that book. My father died. He said, let me tell you something. He said, if you ever miss me, I want you to read that book. And he gave me his Bible. And he said, if you get to know my father, then you'll get to know your father. And so when my father's gone, I read, whenever I miss him, I pick up that book and I read it. Or I listen to James Earl Jones reading me the Bible, and I do it religiously every day or at least 3 times a week. And I'll listen to it for an hour straight. I listen to it during my workouts. I listen to it during my walk. And it's just feeding me spirit. And I feel like my best years are ahead of me. As much as I was able to accomplish then, I feel like now, you know, I'm leaning on God, and God's taking me to a whole nother place. And I feel I'm in my best time of my life right now.
Up next, Marlon opens up about his transgender son and how his faith led him to acceptance. And later, hear from Drumma Boy about the inspiration behind his beats. Well, looking at your website,
Yeah.
your son, Sean,
Yes.
he is a baller.
Yeah.
So
Well,
where'd he get that from?
his real father, I don't know, because I can't ball at all. I got to ask his mother. I got some real questions. But he used to ball. Now he's a filmmaker. So now he is my son. So he's going to be a filmmaker. He was out in Atlanta while he filmed the movie, his first AD job. So him and my niece, and got them started from the ground up.
And then your other son,
Kai.
Kai.
Yeah, writer.
All this energy and talent.
It's just, I don't know what my mother and my father had in that bedroom, but man, it made some magic. They must have been having sex to cartoons.
But you've also been the parent with a transgender son.
Yep.
And you worked through it.
Yep.
Atlanta is a city where we have transgenders, we have gays, it's the LGBTQ community. How did you work your way through it? Because your child knew what to do.
Everything is God, right? And you have to allow yourself to go on that journey. And there's 5 stages of grief before you get to acceptance. And I just went through every last single phase in 1 week.
In 1 week?
1 week. And that was because I love my child so much. That's because I have a great sense of humor, a wonderful therapist, and God. And the combination of those 4 things help get me through every week, sometimes every day, every moment. You know, you have a good team and a support system, and you always know that, you know, God, and you walk with love. I'm not here to judge. I'm just a father that loves his child. That's all. And, you know, everything else that's on the man upstairs. So that they have to have their own personal relationship and connection with God, and that'll be for them to discuss. But as long as they're good people, my children are wonderful people, like the sweetest people. Don't be getting in fights, don't be getting in troubles, don't be getting DUIs. You have never read something bad about my children. My children are golden people. That's my job as a father. It's not to raise you straight. It's not to raise you gay. It's not to raise you. I try to raise you to be God-fearing and to be a good person. You be the best friend. I think the best friends are the good friends, and the ones that are the victims are usually the strongest people. Don't be the persecutor, be the victim. Because the victim, to me, they'll heal. I feel sorry for the persecutor because those are terrible people.
You were the baby, 10 children.
Still am, unless my
You the
mama had
baby,
another
you
one, I don't know
still
what.
the baby, you still the baby. The good and bad in a family like yours are being that baby.
My
good?
family, no, because we're a bunch of rascals. So the bad is I'm the butt of every joke. And, you know, they always pick on the baby. And my mom was like, you stop that. You leave my baby alone. They were jealous. That's what the problem was. And the good is I have so many great examples ahead of me, the people that blazed such heavy footprints that I could just follow to a point to where now I can pave my own way and blaze a trail for my nephews, nieces, and kids to follow.
Okay, so I gotta let you go, but I gotta find out about this. Is it true that you're addicted to chewing gum and you go through 5 packs a day? Is that true?
It was true. Now I will have maybe 5 pieces of extra chewing gum every day. Maybe 10. Because I have a cigar company, Liga
I know.
Tridente, And so when I smoke my cigars, I make sure that I have me a nice, some gum afterward. I don't be smelling like hell. I'm a romantic.
Oh, so you want people to be always able to kiss you?
I didn't say all that. Don't be nasty. Stop being fresh.
Old ladies are always
asking me
fresh.
about my gum and you got mints? So what's the cologne you be wearing? So who you with?
Are you wearing tighties or whiteys?
And I got these too. This is breath mint. So I just keep it, and they're tighties, but they're blackies.
Ooh, okay.
I think men should wear black because otherwise, man, like someone threw pudding in your underwear.
Thanks for making me laugh.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Coming up, Drumma Boy is known for his beats and hip-hop music, but when we go one-on-one, you'll learn about his classical music background. Christopher Golson, better known as Drumma Boy, came from a family of classically trained musicians. His father, Dr. James Golson Jr., was the first black professor at the School of Music at the University of Memphis and the first black person to be first chair clarinetist in the Memphis Symphony Orchestra. Christopher's mother, Billie, was the first black graduate from the School of Music at the University of Memphis. She was an opera singer who also worked as an accountant. Christopher started out playing a recorder at the age of 3, moved to a clarinet at 6, and graduated to piano lessons. But it was the influence of his older brother, Pharrell Miles, known professionally as Insane Wayne, who introduced him to what would become his passion plus fashion.
One of the first things I learned from my brother was fashion. With him being that far apart from me, he had all the clothes, his closet was stacked. He had a brand new Cadillac, he had all the FUBU, the Jabots and the Pele, and he just had all the clothes. So I would learn about name brands and this and that, and Louis Vuitton and Gucci and this and that through him. And one of my first jobs was just for feet, selling shoes. And all of that inspiration and motivation came through him. But him showing me music, the biggest inspiration came from him taking me to a studio.
And what did you learn there?
It really wasn't what I learned, but how I felt. Seeing the lights, seeing the yellow and the red and the green, like I felt like I was in a spaceship. And when you hear the music, you're always used to hearing music in the car and in my mama's car and my daddy's car. My mom had a pretty nice stereo system at the house, but it didn't compare to the studio feel of those big 18 subs hitting you in the chest and seeing my brother making beats. He was making beats with a well-known producer in our city called Slice T.
But what you also saw when you went to trap was people doing things that some would say are illegal and tearing down the community.
Absolutely. My brother was, every time he was like, man, we at the trap, we knew it was off Elvis Presley, right behind the Dodger chicken store. Before GPS, we didn't need an address or nothing. We just, okay, where you at? Trap. All right, bet, I'm on the way. You need something to eat? And my brother just was, man, you stay over there. So I would still see what's going in and out the door, but I would be making beats or I have on headphones. A lot of conversations I missed, but I'm still seeing what I'm seeing. So it was just that emotion of triumph and that emotion of struggle and, not being able to eat what you want to eat. You know what I mean? Let me get some candy to just hold my appetite. That's why we ate candy, like let me just eat something to hold my appetite for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So it was motivation that we was putting in the music to want to be better, do better, transition, and be able to take care of mama, take care of the family, take care of our kids.
Now, your mom, after your parents' divorce, was a single parent. Your dad was only making about $30,000 a year. She was not making a lot of money as an accountant, working for an accountant. But you decided to take things into your own hands by making beats and selling them.
Oh yeah, I was selling bass tapes. So even before I was selling beats, it was bass tapes. And a lot of the kids, when I was 13, 14, I almost beat somebody up real bad with my clarinet case. and I got in trouble. You know, 4 kids tried to jump me. A lot of times you playing clarinet, you're gonna get teased. You playing any instrument or you musical or doing some education. Cause in Memphis, like growing up, it was cool for you to be dumb, or like they try to press in certain places or in school. I mean, I guess it's anywhere. Just growing up as a kid, man, you smart. Man, you know what I mean? So playing an instrument, you would have to show folk this ain't that. You know what I mean? And I got in some trouble. It was almost like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I felt like that. I felt like the Fresh Prince of Cordova, cause I'm from Black Haven. I was supposed to go to Whitehaven High School, and my mama just up and moved me to Cordova. But that was the best thing that happened to me.
Why?
Because it took me out of my comfort zone, and even entertainment, like oh my God, yeah, totally, like, you know what I mean? You able to entertain a different demographic, and it just like Fresh Prince. The fashion, everybody around me got money to buy the clothes, they got money to buy the shoes that I got, and of course I had extra shoes in my trunk. We got the J's, we got the Nikes, I got the baby shoes, size 2. Why? What you need? 2 Y, you need the 2 C's.
And that was a way to
learning the difference between the youth and the children. And even when I first got the job, they put me in the combat zone where we call them the Bobos. You know, you don't want them. All the mamas love me, all the kids hate me. Cause the mama was finna go in there and spend $200 on them J's. I'm like, mama, he finna grow out them shoes in 2 months. You ain't finna spend that $200, you might well buy them $20, $30 shoes. I sold out the combat zone in 1 week. Bam, they put me on the shoe deck. It's easy to sell shoes on the shoe deck. Everybody wants the Jordans and the Air Force Ones and whatnot. But what I did learn was how to put the outfits together with the shoes. So now you come in and spending $200, I'm getting you to spend $800, $600. Buy the sneaker cleaner to go with the shoes. You gotta keep the sneakers clean. You got the Nike shoes, you got to have the Nike sock. You know what I'm saying? You might as well be Nike down, get the hat to go with it. You know what I mean? And that put me #1 on the shoe sales side. So now I'm getting $500 bonuses. Understanding incentives, understanding commission, things of that nature. And just that salesmanship carried far with selling my beats. Making flyers for myself, moving around to the barbershops, moving around to the nail salons. Drumma Boy, put my number on it. This is my credentials. This is a resume that I would pass out and show out my resume of all the songs that I produced coming out of Memphis. Because people weren't familiar even with what I did with Yo Gotti, what I did with Gangsta Boo, what I've done with Tila. You know, a lot of people think, oh, okay, you started in Atlanta. I was on coming out of Memphis. That was why Pastor Troy paid me $8,000 for 2 beats when I came to Atlanta. That was my first Atlanta client. DSGB album. Make them get their money right. That's what I make them do.
How do you use what you learned in classical music to do what you do in beats?
It's theory. So with classical music and being able to arrange, compose, write, read, it's easy to create. It's easy to transfer something that you're thinking or you're coming up with an idea. Dun 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 dun. That just came to my head. So now I can transfer that to the beats. I'm gonna start with the hi-hat, the clap, put the chords in there, and maybe get some strings. If I do this in Logic, I can hit one button, print my sheet music out, give it to the orchestra, and now on top of the beat that I made, I can add the arrangements. It's that simple. In my eyes.
You always wanted to be a conductor.
Absolutely. So why not be I wanted to play all of the instruments as well as write the arrangements when it gets loud, when it gets soft, when it speeds up, when it slows down. All of that helps the emotion. And that's one thing I learned from being able to do scoring, jingles, sync, licensing, things of that nature.
Coming up, Drumma Boy's inspiration behind the beats. Plus, smoothing over family tensions, how a college suspension and a challenge by his father helped drive his success. And later, he takes us back to a moment he learned his brother was murdered here in Atlanta. So what has this business cost you?
I don't think it has cost me anything. You know, it's time, a lot of effort. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but this is something that I love. The passion will keep me here forever. So it's something that I would do regardless of the results, regardless of the accolades, regardless of the accomplishments. I'm here to bless people, and everybody that I've touched, I've enhanced and made them better.
Regrets?
None. Because even my biggest, I would say my biggest hurdle was not paying taxes for my first 9 years and seeing a $500,000 tab. Fortunately, I had that $500,000, but it was in different places, and I had to sell this asset and sell this asset, and understanding portfolio breakdown. That's a whole nother conversation. But through this tax lawyer, I was able to learn about an offer and compromise and learn that, okay, this is the amount that I do have, that I can pay, $167, cash out right now, and the IRS accepted. So learning how to negotiate and facing what you think you want to run from or you think you want to finagle out of, face it.
That seems like something you have done continually and continuously in your life, facing it and dealing with it. How did you get that strength?
My dad was in the Navy. My grandfather was a Tuskegee Airman. You know, my mama tell me stories about her getting water hosed down on the University of Memphis campus. This my home. I got University of Memphis tatted on me. It's like teachers and people I love. So, you know, it's like my mama faced it and finished and got a degree. One of the first black
She was the first black woman to graduate from the music school.
Absolutely. So, you know, you gotta, it come from, it's in my bloodline, to answer your question.
When you look at music, what we call trap, rap, when you look at that music, how do you, as a man of faith, deal with some of the lyrics? Because you do the beat, you do the music. What control do you have over the lyrics, and how do you deal with it?
I have influenced a lot of the lyrics that have come through cadence. But a lot of the homes that the beats have found were very strategic. And I would hold out from selling those beats to certain people. Shawty, maybe 3 other people wanted that beat. Plies, T-Pain. Even though you're not my girl, still call you my shot. I was very strategic on the way I got that beat placed, which was produced by me and my brother, R.I.P. Insane Line. Here I am, another 2, 3, 4 people wanted that production, but being strategic with who got that production. And saying, okay, yeah, that 30,000 could be good, but this 10,000 could be better. 10,000 on the front end, 1 point something on the back end, 30,000 on the front end, a couple thousand on the back end.
So when do you get these beats? When do they come to you? How do you create them?
It's inspiration. You know, I might wake up and have a beat. I might wake up and be groggy and have to go to the gym first, pick myself up, and then go play basketball or get some sunshine, get something to eat. Maybe 3 or 4, I catch inspiration. It's times where I can't get to the studio and I catch inspiration. Voice memo. Voice memo would catch my inspiration. Then when I am in the studio and I can't think of anything, I go to my voice memos. Now I get re-inspired. Or I listen to old music, 70s, 80s, just whatever you're going for, whoever I'm producing for. Each artist requires a different level of research. Just like you prepare for me in interviews as a journalist, producers, good producers, they prepare for the people that they're about to work with. So I got Chris Brown coming up. I'm gonna go listen to some Michael Jackson. That's one of his biggest artists that he's inspired by. So let's listen to Mike. Let's see what inspirations I can pull to make Chris dance and put him in his comfort zone as an artist.
It was not a comfortable situation when Drumma's father learned he'd been suspended from college because of absenteeism. He was working in Atlanta. There was a confrontation in Memphis.
My dad just going in, like he would not stop. And I'm just like, you know, I'm Drumma Boy. Man, you better ask about me, man. I'm on Yo Gotti album. I did Back to the Basics. I did That's What's Up. When you see me shout it, pop, you call it. Then you holler, That's What's Up. What up, Drumma? Hey, I'm naming all my songs. I'm going crazy on my pop. I stand up I put $10,000 on the table, like, man, I just made this today in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? I'm doing good. Da, da, da. He's like, man, you ain't got no bank account. You ain't got no credit card. What you gonna do? You can't buy me no Corvette with that. You can't buy me no house. I want your mama gonna laugh at this. You can't. Like, just going in, I'm like, he was like, man, since you the big bad wolf, you drummer boy, huh? Show me 100,000 in your bank account. Not no drug, not no hustling, not no. I know you put 100,000 in the bank account, you gonna have to pay some taxes. You know what I'm saying? And he's saying it, and it's crazy. Like, when I got the money, I still didn't pay my taxes. That's a whole nother story. But 10 months, he said, if you don't come up with 100,000 in your bank account, we're gonna fight. No gloves. And you know I'm gonna beat you. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, you gonna go back to school, University of Maryland. And 10 months later, bro, I took my bank statement, had 150. And we've been best friends ever since then. Now he called me, I'm riding around, I'm getting. You know, that was my biggest hater. That was like the head, you know, the master of the board, the final master. That was the final master that I had to beat on the game.
When One-on-One continues, coping with the devastating loss of his brother, how he found peace and eventually forgiveness for the killer, plus the new responsibilities that Drumma Boy gladly took on after his brother's murder. The shooting made news headlines across the nation. Drumma Boy's brother, Insane Wayne, was murdered in Atlanta in a shootout near the House of Fresh clothing store owned by Drumma.
Man, it was devastating, you know, and the first headline everybody was calling me was Drumma Boy shot and killed at the store. You know, some headlines got it wrong. So people sending me this and I'm like, imagine if I wasn't even here to respond, and I'm just looking at it that way, like on the way to my store. This is all happening on my phone before I'd even arrived at my store. And it just was like a nightmare on Elm Street. That's all I can remember. 8, 9 fire trucks, 3, 4 police officers. Literally by the time I had to park at the Bank of America because Howard Mill was down to a 1-lane road. And by the time I got out my car, the ambulance was driving off with my brother. And I get to the store, they want to investigate me. Questions, this and that. I was there for 2 hours answering questions. Couldn't even get to the hospital to see my brother before he passed. You know what I mean? So it's a whole lot of that that's still like, But I forgave who did it to him.
Took him a year to find it.
Yeah, it's all good. I ain't got nothing to do with that just because I know what happened. And I know it could have been prevented on my brother's behalf. You know what I mean? So I just, you know what I mean? I did what I'm supposed to do. He where he's supposed to be as far as his body, and we took him back to Memphis. And his kids and his grandbabies I'm my brother's keeper. They doing amazing things, you know what I mean? And we working on his oldest, but his youngest is going up. So that's the motivation for me is his kids and his grandchildren.
Advice to young people who want to be you.
That's tough right there. Talk to God, praise God, believe in God, cherish the gift that he gave you. Figure out what the gift is. A lot of people don't even know what the gift is, you know. Love your family and take every day, one day at a time, and fulfill each day with everything that you could possibly do. I don't put nothing off. Like, people know me, I wear myself down to the last hour every day because I don't know what's promised. Every day I wake up, somebody else gone. That's why I'm doing the documentary, The Birth of Trap Music, and telling this story now, which should have been told, you know what I mean? And I've been on a lot of people, but when nobody moving. Certain people, they don't put the money up. At the end of the day, you gotta put your money where your mouth at. Don't talk about ideas and what I'm going to do. No, do it, prepare for it. And then execute, start the company. Okay, then I'm gonna go interview the people that I can get. I can't get everybody, but I'm gonna get these folks right here. I can bring together us as producers.
So when are you going to take that musical background and tie it to your trap to do, for lack of a better phrase, a concert that is a combination of all of them? Because that's who you are.
Yeah, honestly, I say I've been inspiring, and that's another thing. Like, I've been inspiring others to do what I see. And, you know, I conducted my father's last symphony performance in a video on YouTube I did called The Conductor. And even inspiring, I feel like I have an inspiration on Jeezy's live show. I feel like I got some inspiration on Rose live show, as well as Tip live show. And, you know, just seeing what others are doing, Metro did a live show, and all of them have been amazing. Just seeing exactly how I want to present the vision that I see and merge all of the worlds that I'm involved in into one stage.
You own 100% of your company. Why didn't you sign up with somebody?
I mean, nobody came. I ain't never been presented a deal memo or a label deal. All the artists that I built, all of the people that we blessed, all of the hits that we put on the board independently. Like, my name just as big as the names on labels, as far as producers.
Why do you think no one approached you?
I don't know, man. A lot of people, I don't know. I honestly don't know. You
Does
know,
it bother you?
Not really, because I've always felt like I could be a Russell Simmons and start my own Def Jam. You know, I always felt like I could figure it out. Like, okay, they figuring it out. I'm gonna do it. Just build the records, build the publishing, build the catalog, which I still own. So, okay, take that funding and put it back. Just keep reinvesting into yourself. Let's reinvest into this film. Like, okay, we got films under the belt now. We got a documentary. Start with unscripted. You know, I'm gonna tell my story. I wrote my book, Behind the Hits. I got a documentary coming with that as well. And just doing what you can and being able to move. I never wanted to sign a deal or an exclusive deal because I have too many relationships with different artists on different labels. So that's another thing. Like, I never wanted to be strictly here and not be able to sell here. So, but again, I've never been presented a situation to even say no.
So I'm looking at your hat, Make History Now, and the other is Popular isn't Wealth. What's that mean?
Popular isn't wealth. Just because you're popular, I know a lot of popular people that are going through it or can't maintain the lifestyle that they have. And it's just all on the decisions that you make. You know, people who live within their means, as well as popular. Popular doesn't last forever. Popular might last for that 1 decade, but then this new group of youth doesn't relate or tap into you like that. So how do you reinvent yourself? How do you keep going? How do you stay active and stay tapped in, as they say? So that's always a challenge, but seeing my peers do it, even seeing Titty Boy, like when he's going through struggle and this and that, and I'm over here, I feel like I'm not getting support. I got the deal, I got the label, I got this. Okay, is it the name? Is it this? Like, okay, let's figure this out. Okay, 2 Chainz. You know what I'm saying? So it's just having the people around you, not having yes men around all the time, having people around me that are smarter than me, that can say, nah, you wrong, Drum. I know when to say I'm wrong, I understand. Okay, let me shut up and listen.
Did you ever play drums?
A little bit. My brother played the out them drums. And I play drums, but I'm more of a finger drummer. They call it on the MPC, and just a programmer. But I was the cafeteria king. I was beating on the cafeteria tables with the pencils, with the fingers. That's why I got these big little knuckles on the side of my fingers, man, from beating on. You put the melody with it, it's over. Everybody rapping. Everybody freestyling.
I'm still trying to get this feeling for the beat. Is it a heartbeat?
If it was a heartbeat, and then it would be just R&B, like maybe something for Usher. It's so hard to let you go. You know what I'm saying? Or something that you want to hold on. It's the top line. They always say top line. So I always think in my head, what's the top line? Hard to let you go. That's something that everybody can relate to. And I don't want to give you too much because somebody might go and write the song. It's hard to let you go. That's a good one.
And on that, it's hard to let you go, but I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me every Sunday at 8 on Atlanta News First. And don't forget to download the Atlanta News First streaming app, where you can watch all episodes of Monica Pearson One-on-One. Good night.